I'm here with Janet Wondra talking about her new chapbook, Bad Attitude.
The Vanna White.
Yes. And I just, first and foremost, I just want to ask, can you give us a little bit of information about the chapbook itself and what it's about?
Okay, all right. It's always hard to talk about what poetry is about. So I always skirt that question. But I was going to talk a little bit about the title.
Mm-hmm.
I see this as the collection of the snotty poems.
Mm-hmm.
And part of this came about when I was still in California, but actually on my way to Louisiana to study at LSU and get an MFA and a PhD. And I was sort of asking myself why my sense of humor didn't come, wasn't more at the forefront of the poems that I was writing, why it seemed to be sort of a part of myself that ended up being sort of hidden in the poetry. And so thinking about that and then moving to Louisiana and particularly being exposed much in a whole new way to aspects of religion, I began writing the snotty poems. And they're more political than my usual body of work, and I like to think more playful.
Okay. Since they are snotty poems, how do you work with forms, poetic forms, and structure within the chapbook of these snotty poems?
Okay. Since the poems are snotty, I think they're also somewhat snotty about restrictions of poetry itself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't generally work with traditional poetic forms like the villanelle or the sonnet or the sestina. I do that very occasionally. But in these poems, I'm more playful in structure. Like a lot of them are prose poems, and I had a teacher who will remain nameless who said poetry is lineation. And so my answer is poetry can be in a paragraph too. To hell with lineation. And some of them are sort of a little bit like informal dialogues where I'm asking myself questions and then answering them. Some of the poems have stanzas, some of them don't. So there's kind of a wide range of formal aspects.
The publisher for your book is?
Finishing Line Press.
Finishing Line Press. What made you opt for them? Have you had your eye on them for a while?
I have. Gina Bucola, one of our fellow faculty members in English, had published a wonderful chapbook with Finishing Line Press called Conjuring. And so I was aware of the different chapbooks that they had done. I'd seen several of them, and I thought that they were interesting and generally speaking, well done.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent a manuscript off to them and several other possible chapbook publishers, and they accepted me, and the rest is history.
All right, very good. So pretty much from the minute you licked the envelope and sent it off to having the actual copy in your hand, how long did that take?
It took about a year. It might have been faster under other circumstances. They had delays, I had delays, so it was kind of a long process. Oftentimes you can get a hardback book out of a major New York publisher in a year,
Mm-hmm.
but I have a lot of responsibilities on campus and off campus, so you do the best you can.
Speaking of your responsibilities on campus, has publishing this chapbook influenced or given some insights on being an instructor at Roosevelt? Has the experience crafting this book somehow made you wiser or more clear visioned when it comes to answering questions from students about publication down the road?
Yes.
All right.
That's all I'll say. Well, as you know, because you've been on the staff or on the staff right now, Oyez Review, the literary magazine from Roosevelt. I'm the faculty advisor, but also the teacher of the class, and I have kind of a long-term both interest in and expertise in publishing. So we don't want to reveal too much, but the publication process was somewhat problematic, and one of the things I like to teach in the Oyez class is that as an editor, you have to show how much you value the author and how much you value the author's work.
Mm-hmm.
And that should be both a sincere sentiment, but also it then enables you to get done certain crucial editorial matters like suggesting editorial changes, editing, and so forth. It's a negotiation, and in this situation, it was not as smooth a negotiation as I would have liked.
Okay.
So at the same time, Finishing Line Press is one of the major publishers these days of short poetry books. So I understand that they're very busy. They do have a lot of responsibilities.
Absolutely. This past Saturday, you had a reading at the Tamale Hut.
The
correct?
Tamale Hut, excellent tamales.
I
Out of
imagine
North
so.
Riverside, Illinois.
A name like that, I have to.
Yeah.
Do you have any future plans for readings in the city, around campus?
Uh-huh.
Next one coming up is?
February 16th, which is a Thursday, on the Roosevelt campus at the Gage Gallery in the Gage Building. The address of which I don't remember, but it's
18 South Michigan Avenue.
Very good, 18 South Michigan Avenue. So it's Thursday the 16th at 5 o'clock. And
I imagine with refreshments, as
yes,
always provided by
light refreshments. I hear there might be wine. Yeah.
Well,
And then I am hoping to do a small reading tour with my friend Ava Lovell-Heyman, who's a wonderful poet. And she and I are going, we hope, going from Chicago in a northerly and westerly direction. We're hoping to do readings in Cedar Rapids, maybe Madison, possibly Iowa City. And then in the summer, I'm hoping to go to an artist colony that I've been to before in Virginia and do a bunch of readings on the way there and on the way back. So
very nice.
I'm a busy gal.
I imagine so.
With a bad attitude.
Of course, of course. Well, thank you for taking the time to sit down with me.
My
Talk
pleasure,
about
James.
attitude.
Thank you.
Thank you.